Finally I start recording before we start working on it, and we're back with a new gaming chair, some lowering springs in the lower front brace, preventing torque steer, a little bit of wheel hop, so it should feel more planted. Yeah, we just got started. Yeah, no, I know, but are we doing the springs and the brace at the same time?
Yeah, we're gonna pick up the front end and the whole front end.
All right, cool. Yeah, then I ordered from Planted. I ordered the universal bracket for the car for the universal seat, but it was a nightmare with shipping. Took forever. It took like 13 days for them to actually make it, because they make to order and ship it, and then it took like another week, I think, so far.
Wow.
Of shipping. Weather delay in Utah because it was like snowing pretty hard, and then they sent it to Arizona, from Arizona to like 40 minutes from here, like I said, and everything was good until they decided, even though we're only 40 minutes away, we're not going to ship it until Tuesday. Today is Sunday, and I was planning on waking up and just driving out there picking it up, but no, they already moved it, so I don't even know where it is. We're installing the springs to reduce this gap right here, and especially the one at the back. I don't know if you can see it, but that gap at the back is horrible. Makes me feel like I'm driving a minivan, how high it is. So yeah, reason I'm upgrading the seat. Oh, you already put this here? This is why I'm upgrading the seat. I don't need it, but check this out. Anytime I sit on it, you hear that? You hear that? Yeah. And then this piece, from this piece on my end, it's kind of like flexes one way or the other. And then this bottom part, anytime I brake hard or accelerate, this slides back and forth within the seat. I don't know if it's the bracket or the actual seat, but you can hear that. Yeah, and it's just not good. I don't feel safe in it. And I've actually heard of some people getting rear-ended, and then this part goes fully flat because the little metal pieces fell there at the bottom. So yeah, time to let go. Oh yeah, you can see that. You see all that movement? Not good. And the bolts are pretty good actually. So all right, not even done on one side. The spring's not even out, or the shock. We had to get the stupid kit because of the, what is that called, the I guess the arm for the sway bar, or the connector for the sway bar. You have to get one of these kits that has a little pass-through just so you can get it out, which is a bitch and a half. Thankfully, quick run to O'Reilly's, they have it. We're about to do it. We tried the other method, which was using one of those wrenches right there and then the Allen key in the middle. Shit did not work. I don't know if on the early cars that piece is easier to take off, but on this one you definitely have to use this one because there's no other way around it. So we're about to do that. Looked at like 5 different videos on people changing the springs on this car. None of them mentioned that part, but I will. So make sure you have that kit, or you have a special wrench with a lot of angles so you can put it and hold it. So basically, there you go, that one right there. As you can see, I'm right in there. That's what we're talking about. Otherwise, that's not coming off, and it's attached to the speed sensor, I believe, and that has to come off before you can pull the shock out. Finally, we have this thing off. A little wrestling to do with it, but we are noticing that stock spring compressed, it's about the same size as the new spring uncompressed, which means it's gonna be really low because we have to compress this. And so now imagine this compress is gonna be like that much right there. We use that little plate method where you screw it on from the other side to split it open. That actually worked very, very well. And now time to uncompress the spring and hopefully nobody dies. Quick update, it's dark as fuck. We've been doing this for what, 4 hours, 5 hours? We're still on this side. Reason for that is I went a little too ham on the a little block plate that you put at the back to open it up. And yeah, I pretty much messed up the threads on it, and now we are trying to figure out a way. I think we got it finally. We re-threaded from the other side and we're just putting it back this way. Honestly, at some point I'm just gonna have to redo this because I'm gonna drive it like that for a little bit, see how it does, check it every now and then. Well, not every now and then, like every other day. Yeah, and it just keeps spinning. Two things. I think either we messed up the threads, which is more than likely. Second thing is when I put the plate in the middle, I split too much, and so now the holes don't line up, because instead of being right next to each other, they're like this. So we have to kind of like squeeze it down, and I suspect that's why we cross-threaded all that. As soon as I put the camera down, I'm crying in the corner over there somewhere. We fucking got it. So we cross-threaded probably like the first one or two threads for sure. But what happened is, like I said, I opened it too much where both sides were not even next to each other, were far apart. I just heard some hammering, and look at that, now it's going all the way in. I'm still gonna check on it just because, you know, don't want to be flying off the highway or, you know, in the friggin' canyons and shit is falling apart. But other than that, I mean, pretty easy stuff. I honestly think we're only gonna do the front today.
Need that jack on this side though.
Yeah, it's right behind you, so if you get off, we can throw the jack on it. But yeah, there we go. All right, quick update. We started working on this side. Guess what? If I don't touch anything, hold on, Nelly, can you not? But anyways, if I don't touch anything, it actually comes out pretty easy. Different thing that we did on this side for well, yeah, number one, he did it. Kawamo knows how to do everything. Me, I pretend. Instead of using the little metal piece that we had, I don't even know where it is, but super thin piece of metal, we use a thicker one, a quarter piece shim, and that way the bolt didn't have to go as much in to split open the cradle for this guy, and less risk of cross threading. Also, we did it by hand instead of using the ratchet or the freaking, we use a drill in this case because we're stupid, or I'm stupid. So yeah, a lot easier. You're like, excuse me? But yeah, also FedEx, awesome, they deliver my fucking bracket when I'm not home, so this is gonna have to wait probably till tomorrow. We're probably gonna do,
you can't do shit by yourself, so
yeah, we're probably gonna do the bracket and the seat at the same time. And today we're just, are we doing 04?
I'm gonna try it. I mean,
if I don't touch it, I think it's like an extra hour, but if I touch it, then yeah, it takes forever. But we're almost there. These guys, this side is in, nice little blue, kind of like matching a little bit with the car, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, other than that, pretty excited to get this working. Another thing to mention that I didn't think about it, but he did. If you don't feel safe doing this, which is just this little clamp to compress the spring and all that stuff, it's a little sketchy for sure. But if you're not comfortable, you don't have the tools, or you're doing it by yourself, which is number one, not advice. But if you can't do it or you don't want to do it, just take it to a shop and they'll do it for you. They'll probably charge you
$20 probably.
like 20 bucks probably for the pair, just to swap them out. And these are only for the front. The rears, they're just in a bucket or like a little cradle. You just throw it in there and that's it. But yeah, I mean, not horrible, but I know a lot of people are scared of that. Battery is dead, awesome. But yeah, take it to a shop, don't die.
Fucking cake, yeah, see?
And just like that.
I mean,
how long did it take us?
25 minutes.
25 minutes versus 2.5, 3?
3 hours.
3 hours? Yeah, that's what happens. We should have started with the left if it was going to take us 25 minutes. Yeah. Just did a test drive. We finished the fronts. Took it around the block. No rattles, no squeaking, no anything. So I'm pretty sure everything's good when it comes to that. now we're actually gonna do the rears. One thing we didn't do at the front that we did at the back is we measure from bottom of the fender, I guess, or quarter panel here to the center cap. Right now it's a 14. This H&R kit is supposed to be, I believe, 1.5 or 1.25 at the front and 1.25 to 2 inches at the back. So I should be at around 12. I might be a little bit higher at the beginning. Have to wait for it to settle down and all that stuff, but these are a lot easier. On a side note, Sumitomo Z5s, highly recommended. 235s, 40, 18s, stock size. Highly recommend this tire, Japanese tire. 310 thread wear. It's not the craziest, not the stickiest, but man, it's so fun in the canyon, especially once you learn the once you learn how fast you can push them before they start getting greasy and nasty. They're fun. Also, these are one of those tires that you really have to heat them up before you try to do anything. If you try to drive hard right off the bat as soon as you get in the car and go, first of all, that's bad because you got to let your engine warm up and your oil. But number two, no grip. You'll spin it out. I almost spin it out a few times when I was learning how to drive these, but now that I know, I'm like super comfortable at the limit. And then with the seat is going to be so much better. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we can get this done this week, and then, well, maybe not next weekend because it's snowed out. Maybe we can go drive half the canyon, half the first half, or the first section actually, where there's no snow, and test everything else out. But other than that, we're just gonna knock these out and we'll see how it looks. All right, so it's in. All we had to do, it's pretty simple. Not the safest thing, so don't do it like we're doing it. Basically, you jack up from the front or the middle. All right, GoPro battery died, so just keep up with this. Basically, that's what we're doing. Taking this one off with the jack underneath, drop it down. The reason you want to have a jack underneath this and not just let it like drop, for one, this is putting weight on this spool, so if you're taking it out without any support, you're going to strip it. And once you get it out, this is going to fly all the way out. So you don't want to do that, and that's basically what we're doing right now. Jack it straight up. Do I need to lower the car?
Yeah, I have to.
All right, so that's out. Yeah, make sure to clean this out. There's all kinds of crust and stuff in there, a lot of rocks. I go to the canyons a lot, so a lot of rocks, a lot of grime in there. Clean it out. Also make sure that you put this little plastic piece, it has this little stopper. This little stopper goes at the end of this coil right here. So you put it on there, you twist it around until it stops right there in place. Make sure your H&R logo is facing up the correct way, basically. And then you gotta dump it in there, which we're ready for. Just put it down like that, straight up, fits in, good to go. And now we bring this up, and I'm gonna show you guys what basically we do. Pry it out like that. More forward, there you go. And so I'm prying.
Keep prying?
Yeah. And as I'm prying, he keeps lifting, and that kind of lines it up in place. And you'll see it in a bit. Keep going, keep going, keep going. There we go. A little bit more. Almost there, almost there. Like a quarter more. A little bit more. A little bit.
Pry it, there's pressure.
Okay. There. So you can see, guys, right there, perfectly straight. Yeah, you can put your hand, I don't care. Fucking block them. So this goes straight.
Backside, turn out in.
Okay. I mean, you passed it now, I think. You're too low now. You're too high, too high. We ended up lifting this instead of this, just because this needed to go up, but this wasn't the perfect spot. it's one of those where you have to try out whatever works.
What works best for you?
Yeah, and this is important in case this fails. It's not going to come down on us, and if it does, then good riddance. But yeah, all done. Now we got to tighten it up, put the wheels back on, do the measurement again. What do you say, 12?
I say 11.
11. He says it's going to be at 11 from the top of the fender to the center of the wheel. I said it's going to be about right, which is going to be like 2 inches. So I said 12. So we'll see right now. All right, went around the block, let them settle in a little bit, which, look at this. I'm basically tucking. Like, not tucking, but dude, compared to how it was, I'm like slammed right now. So we said it was, here, you do it. It was 14 from here to here. We said 12. Changed his mind because he thought I was going from here to here. And now we're doing 13, so only an inch right now. But let us settle in. I'm pretty sure gonna be at 12 and a half. So, and that's with no weight in the car. Once I get in it, it drops down. Other than that, it feels pretty good. A little bit stiffer for sure. Sits pretty low. Might want to do spacers now, but I really don't like spacers. I need to get the alignment done, which is only toe in this car. There's no camber, unless I add camber arms, but I'll do that later for when I get coils. For now, this is what we have. And then tomorrow, these two right here, we should be good to go. Have these. Anybody wants them, hit me up. I can either sell them if you're local. I'll be willing to give them away. Just don't have the space and don't need them. Never gonna use them again. So yeah, there you go. Cool. It's the next day, and instead of helping, I'm filming. And we already tried to put the two at the back I have here. Well, here, put these on because I don't know where I left them. I gotta look for them. Anyways, we tried to put the seat on. Bracket finally got here this morning. Put the bracket on there. Problem is, it is too forward for me. I'm sitting like literally my knees under the dashboard. For him, this is perfect, but for me, not good at all. Too forward, like I said. Too forward, and it's a little on the lower side, but I'm okay with that. I actually enjoy it more because now I have like a good 6 inches between the top of my head and the roof, whereas with this stock seat that we're putting back because it didn't work, I'm about like 1.5 inches, maybe an inch from the top of my head to the ceiling of the car. So this is the bucket seat with the planted bracket. As you can see, super low, like no height at all. I do have 2 more holes that I can go here to raise the front of my legs in case it's not comfortable. I did sit in it. I am a little tight, but I can tell that the way it is right now is probably going to be good. If anything, if I need to be a little bit more comfortable, I might drop 1 hole at the back and raise a 1 at the front just to lean backwards a little bit more. But yeah, the reason it didn't work is it's way too forward.
You're way too tall.
And I'm way too tall. We did think about swapping cars. I take his car, he takes my car for the week while I get my slider. But he needs a truck, so oh, also your truck, the seat doesn't move.
True.
And I'm just as cramped in the truck as I am in this car. But at least it's an auto, I don't have to freaking shift or anything. Yeah, so that's not gonna work. So what we did, we put the seat back super quick once you know what you're doing. Also, on the next time we come back to put the slider on, I'll show you what we did for the airbag light, which is way too simple. A lot simpler than I've seen online, and I haven't seen really much other than like 2 posts. One of them is for an RS, and the other one's for a Fiesta. Next time I'll show you guys what that looks like. But yeah, until next time.